This is the message for Sunday, July 20th, 2014. Greetings, dear ones. The Blessed Pearl has arrived in the southern continent of America. It is a beautiful light of purity which shines brightly. Dear ambassadors of Star Light, the practice of the precious technique of the Pearl of Knowledge generates a soothing influence for the environment. It calms the waves. This is purity. Purity has a calming influence. The waves of disruption are soothed. It is very important at this time that our blessed ambassadors of Star Light practice the technique of the Pearl of Knowledge daily. As we begin to lift the residues out of the lands of earth, the disruptions are stirred. The dislodging of the residues stirs the disruptive quality of the residue embedded in the lands. The precious pearl of knowledge comes as a gentle wave of purity. This purity offers a soothing influence during this process. Therefore, dear ambassadors, it is a very important time for the daily practice of our blessed knowledge of the pearl, our blessed technique of the pearl. The lands of this great southern continent welcome the arrival of the pearl of star light. The blessed awakening of this light brings great blessings to these nations. With the knowledge comes the presence of the beloved great beings of light. It is a great offering to all, a very great gift of light to every continent, one by one on earth. Our pathways of starlight for the removal of the residue have begun the process of the lifting of the pockets of the remains of past action. The energy of the pathways has been initiated through the work with our blessed biotrinities and master tools upon the maps. The energy of Genesis fusion is far-reaching. Starlight spreads across the universe, traveling from one galaxy to the next. It spans the great distances. The influence of the Genesis fusion upon our beloved biotrinities creates a spiral chamber of initial rotations, a blessed pathway for the influence of all chambers of eternal light to spread. The influence will be carried within the blessed pathway to each location of need. At this time, the need is great for the immediate removal of these pockets of the lower energies of the past. The lower energy pockets disrupt the entire blessed network. It is like a great highway network. Paths crossing here and there. In some areas, the highways have many, many lanes and allow for a great flow of cars. But when these areas meet with locations along the network where the highways shrink to a single lane dirt path, this area will affect the entire success of the flow. The nature of the highway system, the great capacity, will not be experienced owing to these pockets of reduced energy, reduced quality, and these small areas spread out here and there disturb the overall ability for transit. It is a great misuse of the growing channels of starlight. Single, small dirt paths cause the traffic to slow all around. The pockets of residue slow down the accelerated energy created by our beloved chambers of eternal light, placed in countries and locations of great population around the world. We will now remove these pockets of residue. Dear ones, for this we will look to our beloved radiant receptacle for the support of the means to establish the physical locations of each of the tools of the 5 pathways, and also the means for the positioning of the blessed chambers of eternal light within each pathway. This is the requirement which must be met in order to achieve the phase of the removal of the residues. Yes. 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 It is illumined action, action guided by great universal light. Now we will perform. The practice of the technique of the golden matrix of starlight, followed by the performance of the precious pearl of knowledge for 5 minutes. Very good, very good. Many blessings.